Hello, welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. I'm Roadkill, and today we are on our 11th leg of our flight across America in the DC-3. We're taking off from where we landed last time, which was Monroe, Louisiana. So that's where we're at now, and we're going to be taking off and flying to Memphis, Tennessee. So buckle up, get ready. Let's get ready to fly. But before we fly, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, also the notification bell, so that you can keep up to date on all my latest videos. Leave a comment down below on if you've ever been to Memphis, and if you have you ever visited Graceland? I'd love to hear from you. With that all out of the way, let's get to flying. Okay, as usual, I start cold and dark, and if you don't want to watch me flip a bunch of switches, I'll leave time links in the timeline down below so that you can skip ahead to wherever you want to start the video. But for now, we're just going to get these cow flaps to trail. Come on. There we go. Get our gear for our throttle and everything where it needs to be. Make sure to full. Actually, we need to do this first. Already fueled up before we got the cameras rolling here, so come on, baby. There we go. Here. Got that. Got lights on. Let's get the magnetos rolling. All right. Mr. Pumps. Engine. Right engine primer. And a mesh. Trying to hear if I hear it turning over there. Alright, we got her going. The left engine rolling here. Come on, primer. For some reason, it's being glitchy today. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Alright, we have ignition on both engines. So we are set to roll. Just going to roll on out this way and take off the runway to our left here. Let's get the fuel selector, tank selector here, reading so we can keep an eye on our gasoline or fuel. GPS mode. Alright. Landing lights rolling. Switch to battery power. And it looks like we are set to go. So I'm going to hit the parking brake, which I accidentally locked on our last landing, as you saw if you were with us on the 9th leg of the flight. I put the nose into the ground because I had the landing or the parking brake on, causing us to skid on our nose to a stop. So I'm going to have to remind myself to check that before I land this time. Alright, park here. Get the APC rolling here. And let's see here. We want to get ready to roll. Altimeter 30.25. So let's get down here real quick and get our altimeter set up. Come on. It's clear at 30.2. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Got the altimeter set. And I'll acknowledge clearance. It's so much nicer with the ATC voice off. That way I'm not getting interrupted while I'm talking to y'all. We are ready to roll. Here and hit the forbidden parking brake. Throttle her up. We're off and running. So I do have live weather on, and it looks like a pretty clear day today, so that's awesome. Feel the wind kind of bouncing us up and down here. It's kind of crazy. Props up here. I don't know. I must have like bumped the props when I was taking off there, but they went down real quick, so I lost some speed. Wind's definitely fighting against us on this takeoff, so it may take a little while to get our climb going here. Fighting the wind for sure. I got this thing pumping out power and it is slowing us down. Okay, see if we can get above the wind. And I'm going to set the altitude. On track. I'll get the vertical speed up. RPMs and all that before I start the climb. Hopefully. I can do 1,000-foot climb per minute without stalling out too bad. Get our landing gear, landing lights off. We are golden, rolling. I forgot to switch my mic here, whoops, to my headset mic, so I'm using my stationary mic, so if my voice cuts out, that's why, because my head's turned, and I'll try to talk loud enough for you to hear me. We're going to climb up to 11,000 feet, and I will get back to you once we make it to that altitude and start our cruise. Looks like we're about an hour and 17 minutes outside of Memphis, and cruising along here. Continue our climb. I'm going to get the frequencies programmed into the radio. Let me see here. I want 119.100 for nav radio or an ILS approach if I need it. Let's see if I can get this. 111. Let's say 1119. I have to double check. Double check for it. 119. 119. Now why is it not programming? 1119. Alright, I guess we aren't going to be doing that. We'll program in the ATIS, which is 127.750. 750. Tuning in the ATIS now. And then the tower is 118.300. Okay. I hope we don't need to do the ILS approach because I don't have the right frequency. That's okay. I guess I haven't done it before, really. I've done it a couple times, but not successfully, so we'll just do what I usually do. Crash land. We've reached our cruising altitude. I leveled it off about 1,000 feet lower than I had planned, just because visibility is pretty good out here. It is a little hazy, but for the most part, it looks flat up ahead, and I don't think we have to worry about climbing much higher than 10,000 feet. And I'm just going to cruise along here. As we get closer, we'll see what we see. And I'm imagining that our flight from here on out is flat and level. I could be wrong. I've never flown south over this part of the United States, so we'll see what it's like, but I'm assuming it's mostly flat. About a half an hour outside of Memphis, Tennessee, and we're flying over this windy river here. And, looks like quite a bit of farmland in every direction, so that's what I've been looking at for the past 15 minutes, and it looks like not a lot of population out this way. which is pretty cool to see. This is the biggest city or town that I've seen so far. What I'm looking at here outside the window, and that's not very big at all. Very remote. Of course, what I've noticed while flying over America is that the populations are concentrated together, and the rest of the whole of the United States is pretty much remote and uninhabited. Not sure what those are down there in the water there. That's kind of interesting. Loading warehouses, that's what those are. I have no idea. Alright, I'm just scouting out the horizon to see if there's anything else that pops out along the way. I haven't seen any bridges that cross this river. At least not that are modeled, so I don't even know if there is a way to cross this river for miles and miles and miles. We are 23 minutes outside of Memphis, and I'm going to begin our descent to about 3,000 feet, and we'll see how that goes. Oops, I hit the heading key again. On that. Vertical speed. There we go. We do about 500 feet a minute. Oh, it went back on the altimeter. Not sure why it does that, but it does. Looks like there's somebody flying ahead of us there. Kind of nice to take the wheel every now and again and do some of your own flying instead of letting the computer do all the flying. That is what I'm going to do. You know, it's kind of fun to fly this thing stick and rudder. I might have to do it more often. In fact, I should try to fly this thing in New Zealand through some mountains, see how it does compared to the Caribou. Well, I know the Caribou lands a lot easier, but it's like flying through the mountains. Let's see if I can do some mountain skimming in this thing. Trying to get us down to 3,000 feet. We're getting close. I'm dropping 2,000 feet per minute. I should probably pull up a little so I don't go over speed. Looks like there's a grass airstrip right there. Shows on the map, or actually, never mind, it's not an airstrip. Somebody's cutting their field down there. they haven't trimmed that part yet. Alright, I just got in contact with the Memphis Tower, and we have permission to land on runway 36C, and they told us to fly straight in. We're good to go. We're passing a private airport there off to our left. Not sure what it says it is there. AUTA, I think is what it is. We are just about 11 minutes outside of Memphis. So we'll kind of see what happens once we get closer. It's a bit hazy. 101 at 6. Visibility 7.7. Sky conditions clear. Yeah, that's what we're seeing, isn't it? 23. And let's make sure our altimeter is good. 3.5. That's what we're at. So good to go. It says 30.26 here, but I guess I could switch it down there. Alright, one little notch. Not sure how much a notch of a difference that makes in altitude, but definitely makes some sort of a difference, so I want to be accurate on landing in my altitude. Once we get a little closer and I see signs of an airport, I will start messing around with my mixture and stuff, but I am going to throw my landing lights on now since we're getting close. And do my own checks. Tail wheel unlocked. Parking brake off. Feels good. 1,000 feet and holding. Trying to look for the airport. We're 5 minutes out. Throw our cow flaps all the way open. Up. Take it on to autopilot. Start descending. And to keep an eye out for the airport at the same time. Checking the ATC window to see if they've given me clearance to land yet. Now I'm gonna have to come back here and turn on points of interest so I can see where Graceland is. somewhere down below. For those of you that don't know, that are too young, Graceland is where Elvis Presley lived and died. This is Memphis. Alright, you can see the city off to the left. And where is the airport? Where? Oh, there it is, I bet you. I bet you. That might be it there, that big swath of land. Oh, I got clearance to land runway 36. So that's the bad part about having the ATC off, is I gotta keep looking and read what they say versus hear what they say. We are gonna get ready to land on runway 36, which is the center runway, if I read the maps correctly, or the plates. And I think we're gonna have a windy landing today. It seems kind of bumpy. Alright, here we go. Here goes nothing. Landing lights on. Oh boy. There's our runway there with the lights flashing. Gear down. Yeah, it's definitely windy. Ooh-wee. When isn't it windy when we land this thing? I'm hoping I'm landing on the right one. I'm pretty sure this is it. Alright, here goes nothing, folks. See if I can do it without crashing us here. It's going to be a perfect landing. I predicted it in the beginning, didn't I? I got to slow way down here. Let her drop onto the runway. Onto the runway. Fast, not too slow. Alright, I got the right runway. Woohoo! Yeah, we're getting a little bit of wind here. Way better than last time. Way better, except for that wind. Wow, that wind's blowing the tail. Whoa-wee. Man. Alright, well, way better than last time. That's all I got to say. Alright, let's pull up to a gate here and let our passengers, our brave and loyal passengers, off here at a gate. Luckily, none of them had a broken back or neck this time around, or any whiplash. We made it to Memphis, Tennessee. Pause right here. Take a look at this airport. Doesn't look like there's much traffic going. on here. I wonder if the live traffic's not working in the sim today. Usually there's at least one plane at the gate. That's okay. We're gonna pull right up in here, call it a day, and a flight. Just want to say thank you for hanging out with me on the 11th flight, or 11th leg of this flight across America in the DC-3. Did he just tell me to stop? Oh, he's telling me to go ahead. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me, and oops, sorry. That's as good as it's gonna get. But thank you for hanging out with me on this flight. It was a lot of fun. I didn't crash land this time, which is awesome. I'm pretty stoked about that. And I'm hoping I can continue to land that well. I think it's just a matter of my speed and making sure my parking brake's not on. Let's let these people out, shall we? And open up doors, luggage, and let them out. It's been a long flight. That one was a little longer than normal. I went over an hour on this flight just to get further. And now that I'm a little more comfortable with my VR, I know it can record that long. So, we're going to plan another leg here in the near future, leg 12. I don't know where it's going to take us, but it should be a lot of fun. Flying this DC-3 to where we're going. It's a mystery. But thanks for hanging out with me. Stay safe and have a great week or weekend, whatever's ahead of you. And Godspeed.